I'm sitting here with just this horrible realization. I have spent most of my days figuring out how I can become physically, mentally, financially, spiritually healthy enough to be able to afford and take care of a child. And not only have I taken that time, but I've done the math, and it does not work out. I am not young enough, or fertile enough, or financially stable enough to even do another round of IVF. And at 36, I'm sorry, you're gonna say, you have time. I don't. Because I can't spend another minute of my life trying to make something work when I'm just fighting upstream. I don't have a support system. I don't have the money. I don't have the resources or the community. And it just kills me. It kills me that I had embryos with my ex-husband that were viable, and they're just gone now. And my future with those children and my life as a mother is just, it's gone. And it's not just that it's gone, it's the fact that it was decided for me by so many other people and factors. And that's what kills me, because it was not my choice. And I'm angry. And I'm heartbroken.
It is important for modern women to understand that their independence is not a permanent state. This realization can be difficult for them to accept, as they have often been told that men are inherently evil and that accepting help from them is a grave mistake. Instead of striving for a world of cooperation and understanding, these women have joined a movement that thrives on division and blame. It is no wonder that men find these women who identify as leftover to be unbearable and unsuitable for marriage. After achieving financial success and proudly showcasing their self-sufficiency, they begin to feel regret as they face the reality of an empty house, mounting bills, and the burdensome task of housework. Initially, living alone seemed appealing, but life isn't as sweet as they imagined. Suddenly, they yearn for companionship, but find that no man comes to their rescue. It seems to me that in the past, women aligned themselves with societal norms, but now they have their own set of expectations. This perspective is what shapes my view, and it is the reason why I believe there is a difference in how age is perceived. Honestly, I consider modern women as leftover because they are either remnants from past relationships or they find themselves single in their 30s, no longer possessing the qualities that men value. And that precisely is the point I am trying to make. The interesting aspect about these leftover women is that they exert every effort to resist their natural instincts. Instead of embracing their femininity, they adopt masculine traits by pursuing corporate success, enduring jobs they despise, and engaging in competition with men. These women do not seek cooperation. Rather, they strive to be bossy, argumentative, and impose moral lessons on men. Consequently, an attractive woman with a negative attitude becomes unappealing to men. The harsh reality about dating leftover women is that the majority of women aged 35 and above exhibit similar tendencies that lead to irreconcilable differences. Smart individuals like Leonardo DiCaprio seem to grasp this concept quite well. Therefore, women who reach the age of 35 without marrying are considered leftover women, as they have abandoned the core essence of femininity. When a man advises such a woman against a certain action, she retorts with, "I do what I want. You're not my father." When a man expresses concern about her safety, she confidently proclaims, "I can take care of myself." When a man states his preference to not date single mothers, she questions, "Don't you want children?" Conversely, when a man proposes having children, she objects, stating, "I don't want to have kids." If a man mentions child support payments for his existing children, She asserts that it is sufficient and refuses additional contributions. When a man marries a woman with children, she emphasizes that they are a package deal and persuades him to adopt them. Ultimately, when a man displays traditional masculinity, she deems him incompatible, and this is the unadorned truth. These leftover women go about their lives espousing the belief that they don't need a man, encouraging others to pursue financial success, and proclaiming that men are nothing without women. However, they conveniently forget the fundamental fact that their very existence is a result of the union between a man and a woman. For these women, ideology takes precedence over biology. Men who genuinely desire a relationship with a feminine and submissive wife face a daunting challenge because modern women are far from embodying these qualities. As a man, it may be difficult to find a woman who embraces femininity, submits to you, and makes your life easier. However, living alone offers numerous benefits for men compared to women who live alone. By living independently, you can shield yourself from a multitude of troubles. No need to financially support women, no marriage or divorce complications, no cohabitation issues, and no child support obligations, among others. Consequently, you can lead a peaceful life without the presence of a woman, relying solely on occasional gatherings with your friends for social interactions. This allows you to distance yourself from toxic dynamics, hookup culture, and mind games. On the other hand, women who fail to find a suitable partner are left to endure a sad and lonely existence or resort to cohabitating with other women, forming what is derisively referred to as a house of witches. The underlying problem with leftover women is that they have been deceived into believing that men, as a collective, are the enemy. That's why, instead of seeking a faithful husband who can provide for and protect them, these women pursue careers, engage in competition, and become more disagreeable in the process. Men desire women who are fit, feminine, and friendly, the triple F factor. However, a leftover woman who has dedicated her life to her job can hardly fulfill any of the three criteria. Instead of embracing loyalty, cooperation, and personal fulfillment, these women strive to please the sisterhood and, surprisingly, the powerful individuals who are leading the feminist movement, many of whom are financially well-off men. On this platform, I often hear people discussing the challenges of being a hopeless romantic in a hookup culture, but what's equally challenging is desiring to be single, like myself at this stage of my life. I have numerous commitments that demand my focus, leaving little energy to invest in someone else. But women represents another walking contradiction. Remember that women are seen as the gatekeepers of coitus. If a woman doesn't want one-night stands, she would rather not engage in them at all. A man who wants to avoid STDs doesn't engage in unprotected encounters with multiple women. He exercises self-control over his urges. You know, these modern women may desire to emulate men in terms of making money, gaining status, and so on, but they still don't want the responsibilities that come with being a man. It's all about equality and proving that they can outperform men. But when the concept of accountability is introduced, leftover women tend to neglect it. They go through life disregarding the fact that what truly brings happiness to a woman is having a family and children. However, they end up regretting this path later on because living alone is not enjoyable. That's why, when their biological clock starts ticking, they suddenly yearn for a man desperately. But if you read between the lines, you can easily realize that all they want is assistance. Being single at the age of 46 is challenging. I laugh it off. But at 46 years old, as I prepare for surgery, I have come to the realization that I don't have a husband to take care of me. I lack the support and assistance that a husband would provide, and it weighs heavily on my mind. I'm 46 years old, and I still find myself needing my mother. It's frustrating. That's all there is to it. It just sucks. She perfectly articulates what you all know too well. Being single at 46 is difficult. However, in reality, what she truly desires is a husband who can take care of her. Once again, they want assistance. The free agent lifestyle is not suitable for women because it often leads them to chase after money, engage in hookup culture, and become disagreeable in the process. They are simply not seen as wife material. I also believe that independence can be a deceptive illusion. By that, I mean we live in a society that emphasizes the independence of women. They are encouraged to go out there, pursue their goals, and achieve success. As a result, many women adopt this mindset and convince themselves that being in a relationship is not important. However, as they strive for all these accomplishments, they eventually find themselves yearning for a man. Unfortunately, in the pursuit of these goals, they often sacrifice the aspect of themselves that men value most, their femininity. When you are chasing corporate success and climbing the ladder, it often requires a certain level of dominance, aggressiveness, and masculinity. By adapting these traits, femininity is gradually lost. Ultimately, the biggest regrets stem from not actively seeking a meaningful relationship, pursuing the career that fails to bring fulfillment as expected, and frequently engaging in hookup culture. Men simply desire triple F women, not strong and independent leftover women who have sacrificed much of their femininity in their pursuit of success in the corporate world. When a woman becomes masculine, it creates a clash when paired with a masculine man. As a man, you want to avoid such complexities that can drain your energy, stay strong, and reject leftovers.